Hello, this is Father Aaron Westman with the Glen Mary Home Missioners, and this is your Missioner Moment. My brothers and sisters, I appreciate the response that I received from many people to the video I put out from last week about our experience of being let down in life and how we find Christ is the one who never lets us down. And I had somebody communicate to me about her own story about being let down in the parish. One of her family members was significantly hurt by a person in the Catholic Church who was in leadership, and this was very much a grievous moment for her and for the rest of her family. And she said, this took many years for us to kind of process this and to work through this. And she said, but even during all of that time, she said, I still ended up going to daily Mass. I still ended up going to Mass on the weekends. And I said to her, that you're really a remarkable person. I said, I admire the way in which you didn't give up on your faith in the midst of being hurt in such a significant way, and what this had an effect on your family. I said, why is it that in the midst of all of this, you still kept going to Mass every single day? She said to me very bluntly, the Eucharist, Father. It's all about the Eucharist. I had another opportunity a while back to talk to one of my fellow missioners in Glen Mary, and it's kind of talking to him about his experience of people, understanding or not understanding the missionary spirit of Glen Mary, and what it means to go to a very non-Catholic, isolated and neglected area, and why go to that place when there's very few Catholics, and where you could go to a larger city or a larger parish where there'd be thousands of Catholics and you'd have a lot more ministry. And he said somebody asked him about that, and his response to the person was very simple. It's about the Eucharist. The Eucharist. Believing that Jesus is truly present in that Eucharist, and that all people have a right to experience Christ in the Eucharist, that opportunity to come to know Jesus, to give themselves to the Catholic faith, and then to receive Christ present in the Eucharist. My brothers and sisters, this weekend with the Gospel reading, we're beginning to read the 6th chapter of John, and the focus of this entire chapter of John is about the Eucharist. And so at this very important moment in the time of the church and the liturgical season, the church sort of focuses her entire attention on the importance of our belief in Jesus' presence in the Eucharist, his real presence, his body and blood, soul and divinity, present in bread and wine. There's a lot of conversation around this idea of Eucharistic coherency or consistency. And I think it's an important debate for us to have in the church, to think about, to talk about, to pray about. And I think for each of us, perhaps most importantly, we might begin this conversation by simply looking at our own lives and saying, what does the Eucharist mean to me? Is it the source and summit of my faith? Is it where I am fed? Is it where I am nourished? Is it where I am sent out into the world to bring the Eucharistic message, to bring the gospel of Jesus Christ to others? As we begin to enter us in this journey as a church, as individuals, I invite us to pray for the grace to believe more deeply in the Eucharist. Amen.